Hi, my name is Monique, and this is my uncommon story. My life was pretty chaotic. I didn't have really any foundation of faith, so I kind of just was like a feather blowing through the wind. I kind of did what I want, chose what I want, and just lived one day at a time, really, basically. So it was a lot of chaotic stuff daily. I was very angry. I was very frustrated. I would seek happiness in relationships. And when that didn't work out, then eventually I started seeking my happiness in alcohol and became a full-blown alcoholic. So once I lost my job, I kind of just scattered into different things. And that's when I started really partying. That's where the frustration and anger came from, because I thought that the alcoholism would coat that, would remedy that. So of course it just kind of blurs it out for the moment. But then I would wake up with the same frustration and anger and hurt. I was angry about everything, just life not turning out the way I thought it should, with being a single mom. So, broken relationships, I would just take that anger and just pour it into alcoholism, then wake up the next day, feel frustrated again, and just start the whole process all over again. But in order to stay up drinking, I eventually started doing drugs. So one thing did lead to another. My priorities weren't being a mother. They were partying, and so I would leave them with my mom. I would leave them with a babysitter, and I didn't think of them and put them first. So I guess I can say I just couldn't see the harm that I was bringing to them. I just thought that, partying was number one, and they were safe with someone else, so that was good. I thought I was doing good by leaving them with somebody else. I used to think about it, but then I kind of just blurted it all out. I would just go from point A to point B just like that. I wouldn't allow myself to think about it, because if I had to think about it, then I had to see what I was doing. So I eventually, because I wasn't working, I would do things that were not very honest. So the lifestyle was alcoholism to almost like a kind of criminal kind of lifestyle. I was an alcoholic, I was a thief. It was very dark, and I eventually ended up in a county jail. I met a girl who kind of was almost like in a movie, who was kind of like the bully, and she connected with me, and she gave me a Bible. She gave me a Bible. That was my first encounter. I hadn't had a Bible before that, and I started reading the Bible while I was in a county jail. I met a woman who was a prostitute, and she sat down with me and she read the Bible with me. And she wrote my name on a piece of paper and put it in her Bible and looked at me right in my face and told me I didn't belong there. So when she said that, it was almost like hearing the voice of the Lord tell me, you don't belong here. And that was a moment that I said, I don't want this anymore. I don't want this lifestyle anymore. I need something different. There has to be something different. And so I said to myself, kind of out loud, but also to myself, because I was by myself in a cell, I said, God, if you're real, you're going to have to pull me out of this, because I don't know how to. But before that, I was just literally with what I didn't know was self-condemnation. I was like, I belong here. I had told myself, I belong here. I even told my family, don't try to get me out. I belong here. So when she told me that I don't belong here, that's when I knew that that's not the life that God had for me. There was women in there that were waiting for weeks to see a lawyer, a court-appointed lawyer and a judge. And I only had to wait like 5 days, which was amazing. And, excuse me. And I went to see a judge, and the lawyer told me, he said, there's women here that have been waiting for a long time, but I've just got your case, and we need to see what the judge is going to offer. There was women coming back from seeing the judge that were just in tears, because he was handing out 9-10 months prison time, state jail time. So I thought, here I am in a county jail. I've never seen the prison walls before. I'm about to go to prison. This is real. This is not a movie. And he offered me 3 years of probation. And I thought, Like, how is this possible? There's women in here that were facing prison. Like, there was nobody in the cell with me that was not getting sentenced to prison time. And I got another chance of probation. If you know the system, which I didn't know at the time, if once you've had probation, which I had already been on probation once before, if you got in trouble again, you were going to prison. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Uncommon Church, which was in New Life Church, but when I walked in the doors, I felt loved and embraced, and I automatically connected with people that could help me heal, that showed me what healing looked like. I can't explain the difference because it's only something that I can show you, that I can demonstrate. I can't explain the way God has changed my life. It's still a struggle. I still have to fight every day for that person that I once was, because it does try to call you back. It does try to call you by name. It tries to make you think you're always going to be an alcoholic. You're always going to be a mess up. You're always going to be a thief. You're never going to be a good enough mom. But I have to fight those thoughts and put them into the captivity of Jesus Christ and say, no, that's not who I am anymore. I am a woman of God. I am a great mother for my kids. I'm a great example to them. I've broken the generational curses of alcoholism and everything else that comes along with it. And this place has shown me what it's like to actually know God, to walk in the gifts of His Spirit, and to help others that are facing those same things. I always used to feel that I didn't deserve things. I didn't deserve the love of God. I didn't deserve to be healed, because some people have things done to them, and I was one of those who did things to others. So I felt like I've hurt too many people, hurt my kids. I could have hurt people when I was out drinking and driving. I don't deserve the love that He gives for me, but now I know that I do. It's amazing what God can restore and what He can redeem. The time that I've lost with Him, I feel like He restores every day. He showed me how to be a mother. I did not know how to be. He showed me how to be a daughter. I've restored relationships, not just with my kids, but with my family. I was so angry at the world, at the decisions that I made. And He has healed that area of my life in ways that I can't even explain. I wake up every day with such a peace. I look at my children and I can see them for the blessing that they are. I don't look at them. I used to look at them and they reminded me of the mistakes that I made and the things that I put them through. But now when I see them, I see life. I see just the goodness and the love of God. And I thank God every day for letting me be with Him, because there was a time when I really truly think that if I wouldn't have changed, they wouldn't be with me. And if it wasn't for my mom stepping in and taking control and just being the parent that I wasn't, I don't think that they would be with me. Because she was mad. She had every right to be mad at me. She was so angry with me. And she learned to forgive me. When I got saved, she grew up Catholic. We all did. She got saved like months later. I got baptized. She got baptized. The Lord healed our family together. And she learned to forgive me and not be mad at me. She was so disappointed in who I was. And I think God healed that. He healed that relationship between us. I've seen and I've tasted that the Lord is good, and I know that He's real. And I know that He's not afraid to walk into that dark pit of darkness, of drinking and drugs, and that just epitome of darkness. He's not afraid of that. He will go in there and grab you. And sometimes I had to be grabbed by the tail of my shirt because I was kicking and screaming that I didn't want to go. He did that for me, and I know He can do it for other people. Even if you think you're not worthy of that, you are worthy of love, and God does have a better life for you. You don't have to keep functioning day by day thinking that because darkness is familiar, that's what you have to live in. There is a such thing as light. There is a such thing as love, and there is a such thing as God, and only He can bring you through those things. I know when people see me now, they don't look at my past, they look at what they see now. And if you look at me now and how crazy and playful I am, you would never know that I walked in all this anger. God put the right people in my life.